Hi there and welcome to your Tuesday Thoughts video. Today is Tuesday the 23rd of August. I haven't done a video in a few weeks, so it's good to get back and get doing it. I have been wanting to do videos for a while, but just it hasn't been possible. So here I am, I'm back. I've got my trusty tarot with me, slightly different location today, so I thought I'd put a piece of art behind me. So this is available if you're interested, and this one is called The Color of Money. So we give the cards a shuffle. I've already grounded and protected my energy. So just kind of wanting to tune in, see what the cards say today. As usual, I read tarot intuitively. So these are just sort of gentle messages, nothing too specific, and just seeing what story comes out from the cards. So I'm just shuffling them right now in order to give them a good old mix up, because some of them can stick together, and it's important that we kind of give them a good shuffle after they've been used elsewhere. I do have another couple of decks with me as well. So should we need clarification or want a little bit more information at some point, we can look at those decks too. So just giving it a good shuffle. Hopefully it's not too noisy. Hopefully you're well. What do I have to say at the moment? So basically it's just gathering your energy together, gathering things in, bringing all your energy back from places, people, from thoughts even, just bringing it back into your center. Centeredness is the only way to go about your day. And if you can find a place at the start of your day, at the beginning of your day, to sort of just connect, even if it's a moment, just to connect with your center. Greet your center. Greet that deepest part of you. Say, hello, I'm here, I'm meeting you. Let's go into the day. And then you're not lost and you're not torn between things, you're not distracted, you're not believing everything that pops up in front of you. You have your course corrector here, you have your rudder that will steer you through anything, you know, your point that you come back to. It's important to have that. Bit of glamorous earrings on today, do you like that? A little bit of bling, a little bit of sparkle. Time to wear the sparkle, time to bling up, time to show off a little. Yes. So let's just ask the tarot, can we have a few cards now just to give a quick reading, just give somebody a bit of information on what might be relevant coming up in their life or to their state at the moment, their emotional, mental, spiritual state, or what needs attention. So one has popped over, so we'll take that one, and I'll just okay, so quite a few jumped out, so I might have to do a quick run through each of those. Underneath the deck we have the Two of Swords. So the underlying influence is, oh, you can't even read that, can you? You can see the picture. Two of Swords, so it's about decision making, about not really knowing which way to go, not knowing which path to take, not knowing which opportunity you want to go with, being presented with two opportunities and feeling maybe a bit blindfolded, you're not seeing the truth of each one, you're not entirely sure. So that's kind of the underlying theme. The main card that jumped out, the first card, so that's our sort of main influence to start, is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups can point a little bit to fantasy and ideas and thinking a lot of things. So he's laid back on this a fence or plinth, or you know, a little bit of decking, you might even say. And he's looking into the water and he's dreaming, he's daydreaming, he's dreaming of all these different things that he wants in his life. In a way, he might be planning, manifesting, wanting to bring those things in. But because there is a lack of focus, and because he is not taking action, these things are just sitting around in the sky. They're just hovering. They're not fully becoming yet. There are lots of different elements. So you've got the freedom of the dove, you've got building a home, you've got the transformation of the serpent, you've got the higher dragon energy, you've got the introspection, you've got the diamond light, and you've got the reward, the celebration, the crown for your head. So all sorts of achievement and ambition is pointed at here. But you can see that he is just gazing off into the, apologies for the nails aren't perfect, he's gazing off into the water. So it's kind of a reflection of what's going on in his head, but he is just laying back and he's not actually taking any definite action towards achieving this. So this is where we are now. So we're probably going, you know, I want this, I want that, I would like that to be that way, I would like that to be that way. If that could work out, that would be great. And everything comes from thought. So everything began as a thought. The person who invented roads thought about it. The person who invented, even when you want to say like electricity or something, perhaps it was a byproduct of something they were working towards. But it was the initial thought that got the action going that then created the results, which ended up in discovering something. And often a discovery happens when you're going one way, and on that way something else comes up and reveals itself, and you're like, oh my god, like this is something brand new, and I didn't realize it was only because we were going in this direction that it kind of developed. So these are all the wishes, the wants, the fantasy, some might say illusion, but it's not so much illusion, it's more desires, you know, wants, desires, things you want to create in your life. Okay, so next two cards out are, because we've got 5 in total. Oh goodness me. So we have, I'll go with the first one. So we have the Tower, which is great transformation and change, which is everything. So the Tower is usually this way. So it's everything collapsing, everything falling down, something crumbling, something falling apart. You know, your life turning upside down, you know, something radical occurring in your life. But it's upside down. So in a way, the destruction has happened. The turning point is upon us. The falling down, the crumbling has occurred. And so this is showing about, I would say, starting at the bottom and rebuilding. So as the tower crumbles, you know, you have to rebuild your life. You know, you have to invite new people into your life. So they're falling here, they're falling down. It's not looking good. They're going into the water, so into the emotions. And here it's more that they are almost rising. So they are rising again. They're rising to the top of the tower. They're rising to meet their emotions. There's a lot of passion still burning here underneath. So there's some fire, and perhaps it's a couple. There's a little bit of fire left in this couple. And there's a desire to perhaps try and climb back up that tower, climb back up to what was built before, rebuilding it, redesigning it, different bricks, different layout, and perhaps pouring more emotion, being more emotionally available, being more emotionally open. So this tends to point, the transformation may have occurred, the destruction may have occurred, but this points at perhaps a rebuilding. A rebuilding, because from the ashes, the phoenix rises. So yes, there had to be ashes, but out of that, you have new perspectives, you have developed, you have changed. And so as the phoenix flies and the phoenix changes, it's such a revolution that you're just free to fly again and to go after perhaps the same types of things, but slightly different perspectives because you've grown. There's been growth. I'll put them all together and then I'll just tune in later and see what wants to come through. So the next card is the Ten of Swords, and it's upside down. So the Ten of Swords is usually this way. Tens are endings, and this is all the thoughts and worries and fears and, you know, the fretting and the manic thinking and the heavy thinking and almost all this, you know, you've been stabbed in the back. You feel you've been stabbed like 10 times. You can't take any more. And it's a 10. So there is no taking anymore. There is no more. It's the ending of this. And so I'm still going to read the 10. And I'm going to read it. It's almost the same as the Tower. So these swords, as they're here, they're kind of stabbing in. They're, you know, when you stick something in, it's solidly in. You turn it upside down, gravity is going to pull this out. Gravity is going to release you from these binds. Gravity is going to start clearing your thinking. One by one by one by one. Leave that negativity behind. Take out the swords. Take out the bitterness. Take out the pain. By removing these thoughts, everything starts with energy, then thought. So by changing your thinking, if you're not aware of energy or how to change your energy first, change your thinking. Changing your thinking changes your actions. Changing your actions changes your life. So here we have the swords, and they're the other way. So they can easily just slip back out again and free this person. Free them from the, you know, the gossip or the, I want to say bitchiness, or, you know, when someone attacks you, the attacks are over. This 10 is the end. You are being released. All of these can be like cords as well, cords attached to people. When people have a negative feeling about you, you know, they might not realize it, but they attach cords to you. And so these are detaching the cords as well, cutting the cords, cutting them away so they're no longer there. You know, he's exhausted, he's almost giving up, he's on his last legs, he's taken so much. He can't take anymore. And he doesn't have to, because he's being freed. He's being freed. As with the Tower, he is being freed. So, the next card is the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is a card of patience, a sort of a hanging around, waiting. And that will point to there being a period between, you know, all transformation doesn't happen in the blink of an eye. It happens over a period of time. So there might be a period of waiting before all your desires come in. You know, it just manifestation, once you learn how to do it, it's still not overnight. It can come quite quickly, but it's still not overnight, usually. Because you send out the energy and then you back it up with your own energy. And that, you know, to do that takes effort. To do that takes commitment to focusing on that energy and sending out that energy, and then embracing that when it comes back to you in form. So there is a period. He is not attached here very strongly. He can slip out of that. So he's just waiting. He's just hanging around. You know, he's quite happy to be hanging there. He's he knows he's going from one situation to another. He knows he's in the middle of this process. And it's not, you know, he doesn't feel completely caught up in it. It's just one leg. So his arms are free. His other foot is free. So he's not completely tied into this. He's got an interest in it, but he's not completely tied up with this. Because of the freedoms, because he's had to let go of so much, the branches are quite bare. So it is a matter of when you're transforming from one life to another, one lifestyle to another, one occupation to another, relationship to another. Often you have to clear what's in one and then go into the other. Clear, clean, empty. You know, it's all about decluttering. It's all about decluttering your mind, but also decluttering your body, detoxing, clearing, cutting cords, using violet flame to clear the energy. It's about clearing your wardrobe. It's about clearing perhaps your crystals, your bookshelves, and your company, the people you hang around with, their influence on you. Do you need to cut some of that away? And then moving forward, empty, so that you can be filled. Tai Chi, it's great when you're doing Tai Chi walking, you're filling and emptying. So you must be completely empty in one leg so as to step forward into the full leg. And that full leg must be completely full before you can lift the back leg. So it is this filling and emptying and filling and emptying. And that's what we do all the time. It's what we do when we eat. We fill, we empty, we fill, we empty. So there's this ongoing movement. And we're just saying that between, on the way from one to the other, in this movement, along this timeline, you're here, you're halfway. You're hanging in the balance. And there's a period which might seem, why is it not happened yet? Why am I waiting? Why is it still here? Or why is it not here? Or why is the past still here? So there's an element of you're halfway. And gradually you'll be more and more and more into the future you. And the past you will just fade off into the distance because you will have transformed, you will have changed. You will have knocked down the tower, knocked down the idea of who you are, knocked down the idea of the life that you want, and you're rebuilding it. You've got rid of all the cords, you've cleared your energy, you've cleared your energy field, you're getting rid of this negative mindset. You're not letting yourself be stabbed. You're not letting yourself be a victim. You're not just willing to lie down and let it happen. Not anymore. But be peaceful about it. Be gentle about it. Move in the direction. But, you know, when you stop in the middle, you might notice different things. You might decide, oh, you know, I had these 7 things that I want, but now I want 8, and I don't want this one, and I want that one, and my perspective has changed. So he's upside down. He's looking at things differently. And when you look at things differently on your way, and he is looking to the past, so he's seeing his past with different eyes. He's looking at it, and perhaps he's seeing how he could have changed things, how other people could have changed things, and he's seeing it differently in order to move forward with this changed perspective. So it is very much about you cannot stay the same. You must always evolve. You must always take in the information that is around, and you must grow. And in that growth, this new life appears to you. And then we have the Knight of Wands. I think it was upside down. So I'm going to read it upside down, but upside down is kind of slowing down the horse a little. This way he's charging in. So this is a wand, which can be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And he's charging in with his wand. He's charging in with passion. He's the knight, so he's kind of mid-age, and he's had a lot of experience. He's got a lot of stars on his robe, so that's lots of experience, lots of he's really lived his life. He's collected all these stars, and he tends to come in quite passionately and can sweep you off your feet and can leave quite quickly. It tends to be creative. The wands are creative. So it could be a creative endeavor. It could be this opportunity that's coming in, but it's upside down. So there's a slowness to it. The horse is slowing down. So again, like the hanged man, the pause, the wait, the slowing down of this opportunity. So this fire sign, this creative influence is going to appear, is going to come in, but there just might be a slowness to that. He's usually very speedy and rushes right in, and his passions overwhelm him and he just takes over, but then can be gone. You know, he's charismatic, he's smiling, he's adventurous, he's lived life, he's traveled. You know, he's coming, the pyramids are in the background, so he's well traveled, well educated, full of passion, full of adventure, really knows this stuff. And this feather points to the spirit as well, so it points to his connection to spirit. So he really is an all-rounder, and is galloping in, but upside down there's a bit of a delay. So something creative might be coming in, which encompasses travel, spirituality, creativity, and the speed at which it comes in, because we denote speed with horsepower. So the speed that it comes in might be a little bit slower, might be a little bit delayed, but that's okay, because you're still creating, you're still thinking, you're still and maybe that's part of it. Maybe you're delaying it because you're too many things going on in your head, not enough action, so not enough galloping forward. But you've got to know what you're galloping to. You've got to know what the great idea is. You've got to know what this thing is to move forward. So you've got to choose one. Choose your wand. And then we have the Emperor. So the Emperor is usually Aries. It is a fire sign. It's got a lot of fire energy around it. And he is a strong, masculine male. Could be father figure, could be mentor, could be a strong protector, leader type energy. And he's cloaked in red and purple. So red is the base, so it's very connected to the earth. He has built and he has lived, and he is very grounded and very real, quite 3D, probably built a good life from scratch. But he's wearing a lot of purple, so he does have connection to the higher realms. He does have his spiritual connection, which is his crown chakra, purple being the spiritual realms. And here his crown has 3 levels on it, so mind, body, spirit. So there is an embracing of all sides of him, and that's how he becomes the commander. That's how he is able to sit on his throne, through his experience. So he has also lived, and he's kind of relaxed there. He's you know, he's got the eagle and he's got the globe, so he's connecting to the world and connecting to spirit again. And you have the it's almost like the Kundalini shape here rising up. It could also be DNA. So it's connecting to your makeup, connecting to your physical, in much more than just, you know, a human. It's going down to the nitty-gritty, down to the levels of DNA. and how your DNA is changing and it's evolving. And it's evolving in the higher aspects. So a lot of people who work with spiritual development would talk about activating your DNA, and that we only use a small part, and you know, scientists so far can't find reason for a lot of it, but there is reason behind everything. Everything has reason and meaning and function. So our 12-strand DNA is coming online now, so that might be shifting us to a higher level. So we're receiving lots of more information. Our world is changing. We are upgrading. I don't know if you've noticed, but there are strikes everywhere. Everybody is striking. Everybody is protesting. And that's because everybody isn't putting up with being what you might call slaves anymore. So it's this radical change in how people feel about who they are, what their desires are, and this consciousness is coming in and floating in. And it's higher consciousness, but it's being grounded in reality. People are striking for more money. The Emperor would bring wealth as well, wealth and stability. So it's a great, strong, stable influence on your life. Can be a little controlling, can be a little dominating. But the crown shows that he is royal. He has power. And he hasn't just been given that power. He has lived a life to achieve that power. And he has a lot of knowledge, which will be helpful. He's trustworthy. We can trust the Emperor, and we should welcome the Emperor into our lives. If there's an Emperor type person coming into your life, they are bound to be helpful for you. They are bound to be like the Knight of Wands. They are going to come in, perhaps not as passionately as the Knight of Wands, more steadily, more definite, and they will come in and assist you. Okay, so where are we now? 27. Let's just get a divine, because he's very much divine masculine. He's very much powerful male. You know, he's kind of got it all sorted. So it's going from the guy who's got a wishing, wanting, through all levels of destruction, pain, suffering, pause, the in-between world, not knowing where you're going, right or left, should I go here, should I go there, which was the underlying card as well, remember? You know, questioning which way, not sure, feeling blindfolded. That pause moment before you step forward, before you know where you're going. Not rushing it, but moving. The horse is moving. So moving perhaps at a slower pace and being creative about it. Then you achieve the stardom. Then you achieve the status that the Emperor has. So being divine masculine, I'm going to go with a goddess card and see what wants to come in and balance him out as a divine feminine energy. Doesn't mean male or female, it's the energy, and I think you all know that. Yin yang, plus minus, male female, light dark, up down, left right, yada yada. Do let me know in the comments if you're enjoying this. Do let me know if it makes any sense to you. It's always lovely to hear feedback, and then I can know sort of what type of readings you want. If you want something different, you know, interaction is good. Helps with the algorithms as well. If you want to help me out that way, you can just like, share, subscribe, and you know, share with the people around you, because you know, it might not mean anything to you, but it might mean something to somebody else. So, and that's how it works with these things. It's about passing on wisdom. It's about sharing and being open. And I know not everybody wants to think that they're sharing something like a reading, but I think this is more intuitive, and it's highlighted that it's very much, you know, your decisions are your own decisions. You make them as you make them. But this is just telling a little bit of a story of some energy that's coming through, which some of you may find beneficial to hear. It may resonate. You may think, oh my God, yes, that's where I am. But you can see the path. You can see how the energy moves. You can see where you can be stuck and how you can be guided, how you can be shown that that's okay because you're moving in this direction. Oh, interesting. So this card has come up. It's called Mawu, Mother Earth. And she's quite a beautiful woman there. And she's holding the earth in her hands. Her baby. She is also wearing some interesting earrings. I don't know if you can see that, but they're not dissimilar to what I've got on. Obviously I don't have the choker, but that's quite interesting, isn't it? Let's see what she wants. Well, Mother Earth, you know, it's it's funny, I'm also seeing, I don't know if you can see way up here, you can't really, it's not really focusing on that. It's almost like a little dove in the background. So I'm saying peace on earth, freedom on earth. And she is looking at the earth and loving the earth and watching the earth grow and change. And this is the power of the female. The female is the nurturer. She is the mother. She is very powerful, and she is not wealthy. She has got her jewels. She is bejeweled, and she is crowned, you might say, with her head wrap. She is beautiful. But she has this expanse of awareness. She has this expanse of interest in the lands, in the waters, in the cosmos, you might say. She holds the earth, she cradles the earth, she watches over the earth. Her energy is that mother figure. So if you connect with the earth, you're connecting with that mothering energy. And I don't mean mothering, smothering, or mothering, you know, in the feeding, cleaning, you know, that kind of way. I mean in the natural sense of womanhood, of connection to everything, that intuitive tuning in. It's like she's reading a crystal ball. She's watching, she's able to see, she's seeing the winds of change. She can see the weather. She's understanding the weather. So it's this intuitive, womanly, connected, powerful. She's very powerful. She's got the world in her hands. And that's interesting. She has the world in her hands. He has the globe in his hands. Here. He's the protector and she's the nurturer. He's connected to the heavens as well with the eagles. The eagles are everywhere. So he is connected. He's able to bring heaven onto earth. He's earthing it. She very much resides in the space of the ether. She resides in the space of perhaps being detached from the earthliness and more in her energy, more in her femininity, more in her power, which is less material. And it's about the turning of the earth. It's about the cosmic influences on the earth. It's about the looking at the earth with new eyes, looking at situations with new eyes, seeing a different perspective. But she is there. Mother is there with father. The emperor can be father too. So father and mother together. And she's looks competent and a little stern, but her eyes are deep. They're deep and loving and passionate and quite sexy. And so she's bringing all of that through her eyes, and her gaze is loving. But it is definite as well. It is definite and it is focused. So perhaps the way that we can develop our ideas, our thoughts, our desires, all these wishes, is we need to remember to focus. We need to remember to look at the thing that we want. Set the intention. Focus on the intention. And move forward with that. Move forward in that creative way. Right, I've got a little bit more time. I'm just going to see if we can get a quick message from Archangel Michael just to finalize that, because that was interesting, the way mother and father came in. And maybe it is about that. Maybe it is about the two energies. So combining your divine masculine and divine feminine. So not leaving one out. So by all means striving for what you want. By all means rebuilding and deciding to get up off the ground and start again. And you can do it. But you also can do it by being softer, by taking pause, by connecting to your emotional self. You know? So we'll go for an Archangel Michael just to finish. Okay, thank you. That will do. Okay, wow. So this card is, this is your life's purpose. Hope you can see it. Can you see it there? And I don't know if you can see, but she is holding the earth in her hands. Okay. And it says, Archangel Michael, you know the details of my divine life purpose, and I ask you to help me be aligned with my goals. Goals, wishes, desires, things you want to achieve. Please clearly guide my actions. Well, that's what we were saying about moving forward, taking action. He's not taking any action at the moment. Please clearly guide my actions so that I'm taking the best steps to fully manifest my wonderful and meaningful career. Wow, so it is about manifesting your desires. It is about, you know, understanding that all can crumble, but you can rebuild. All can crumble and fall, but that teaches you things. That tells you about your emotional nature. You've got to go into all that stuff sometimes, into the traumatic experiences, to come out of it renewed, to come out of it anew. The pain, the suffering is over. Let the sword slide out of you. If someone's got a bad word to say, let that just slide out of your back. Don't pay any attention to it. It's time to get up off the ground. It's time to start again. And yes, be easy on yourself. Be gentle on yourself. Move forward a bit at a time. You don't have to go straight there. Look back at where you've been and what you want to change. Take action. See this focus. Choose one thing and move forward. Not rushing forward, not rushing in and out. You want to make this one last. You don't want to rush in and out with this one. You want to take it slightly slower. Still moving, still creating, still taking action, still being creative, passionate, but just move a little bit slower. Combine your divine masculine. Find that male influence, fatherly figure, mentor, someone you can look up to, someone who's done it before. You know, they say you are like the 5 people you hang around. So it might be time to invest in getting to know someone who knows a little bit more about where you want to go. Take advice. Watch how they do things. Watch how they achieve their success. Mimic it. But do so with intuition. Do so trusting your feminine nature as well, which is powerful, which is glamorous, which is beautiful, which has her eyes on the planet and so much more. So it's all these outside influences that will come in as well, not just your mentor's advice. There's so much more in the outer world that will come in. And that's your life purpose. Learn how to do that. Learn how to manifest. When you do that, when you're able to desire something, connect with it, feel the energy of it, draw it into your life, draw it into the earth. So essentially you're greater than all of this. You're greater than your physical. So your aura, your energy expands a great deal. And in doing so, you can connect to the energy of the thing that you want and draw it into the planet, draw it into you. All these light beams coming out, energy signals, matching frequencies of what you want. Surrounding it and like caring for it. Helping to create heaven on earth. Helping to create a better world. Holding the world in your hands. Nurturing the world. Loving the earth as she changes. She is changing, she is shifting. And that's creating all kinds of chaos for us as humans. We're tapping into more energy, more light. We're igniting new DNA. We're becoming a new species in a sense. And we are being held as we do this. We are being held through this. So call on the angels to help you. Call on angelic influence to come and surround you and hold you and input their energy, all this energy. Draw angelic energy into your manifestation. Surround it in angelic light. Ask the angels to help. The angels are one of the groups of beings that they want you to ask for assistance and then they will assist. They need you to ask. So ask all day, every day. And you will, it's like a receiver. They hear you, they receive it, and they are able to influence your experiences in a way that directs you better so that you can achieve what you want. I'll just read it again. Archangel Michael, so Michael's always a good one to call on. You know the details of my divine life purpose. So whichever way you're going, whatever it is that this is regarding, Michael knows. And I ask you to help me be aligned with my goals. So it's about alignment. It's about greeting that center point. It's about knowing how that feels when you have everything that you need. How does it feel? Reconnect every morning to that center point. You have it, you have it, you have it. Please clearly glide into my life. Please clearly guide my actions so that I'm taking the best steps to fully manifest my wonderful and meaningful career. And that's it as well. So as you manifest, as you send out the energy, as you draw in the angelic energy, as you ask for assistance, you will be pointed in the right direction. You will be given information. Dots will start to connect. So all along here are dots that are connecting to the path that will lead you where you want to go. And that will be your purpose. So you might have thought that the thing prior to the tower falling was your purpose. Sorry. But the tower fell. So that was part of where you were going. But it wasn't the end. It was here. And now you're moving away from it into the life purpose, into this greater thing. You are moving forward. Yes, you can look back at what you've learned, but you're halfway there. So I wish you well on your journey. I wish you well with your manifesting. Glam it up, take the jewels out, share a bit of sparkle, add lightness to your life. It all raises vibration. And when you raise your vibration in joy and happiness, things come to you much easier. Blessings for now. Let me know what you thought of the reading and if it resonated, and hopefully you'll see some Sacred Symposium channeling very soon, but otherwise I will connect with you again. Lots of love, take care of yourselves. Thank you for watching. Oh, and if you want to find out anything about me, you can go to the website, the link will be below, but it's www.karentinney.co.uk. Thank you.